Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. Shout outs to the whole LDBC. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to the page and also like the video. If you would like to, you can also
stop rolling that camera.
go ahead and
Put
share
that
the
camera away
video
now.
with other people if you find the video to be useful, or if you find information to it that resonates with you and will resonate with other people as well. So first and foremost, I hope all of you guys are well, and that in this whole pandemic, whatever you want to call it, that you have managed to flourish, that you have managed to find some new skills that you did not know you had, and that those new skills are going to serve you financially and in other different ways, because as it stands right now, these are some really weird times in which we are living in, and at the end of the day, indeed they are stressful, but you just got to stay on your square and definitely stay in touch with whoever your God is. Whatever your spiritual practice is, just stay in touch with that and stay grounded with that. Now, I wasn't going to talk about this situation because at the end of the day, it hasn't changed and it won't change. And I've said everything I can say about the whole situation here in America, about not only police brutality, but just brutality overall against people who maybe have a certain hue that is not looked on favorably by the majority of the society that we live in. So, I want to give a couple of opinions and a couple of views about what happened, what just recently happened with Ahmaud Arbery. Now, I don't know the full details of the story. I really don't. Okay. What I do know is that this incident happened in February. What I do know is that it was happening in the process when the coronavirus was getting, let's just say the coronavirus was getting rolled out at that time in February. And so we didn't hear about it, and the news outlets didn't report about it. Okay, it was only until recently that we heard about it and that we saw the tape and we saw what happened. Now they said, and they have video of Ahmaud Arbery going into a abandoned house. Now I don't know what he was doing in that house. Okay, who knows what was going on? But whatever it is, it didn't warrant giving him the death sentence without a trial, without anything. I'm not saying you should shoot anybody at all, but if you must shoot someone, especially if you're shooting someone who is jogging, shoot him in the butt or shoot him in the thigh. Don't overkill it. If you must shoot him, that's all I'm saying. I'm not suggesting that those guys should have shot him or anything like that. I'm not suggesting that. I'm just suggesting that, if you're going to play that card, okay, and you have the need to just shoot at something, just shoot him in the behind. But this is the thing about that. I think if the story added up and that they were worried about robberies in the area, they would have shot him in the behind and they would have reported him to police if that was the case. But my inner eye tells me that's not the case, and it, as Pusha T says in his one of his songs, just another nigga dead. That's what it is. Okay? That's what it comes down to. And that's how they were thinking. You know? They don't care about his mom, his family, or what they're going through. And if they did care about it, they would have thought twice about doing it. Okay? The only reason that they would have that would be justified to do what they did was if he was coming at him, but he was running away, as we saw.
Put that camera away now.
Now, let's take it a step further. The mom of ahmaud Arbery has came out and said that she wants the death penalty for the killers. Here's my opinion on that. I 110, actually, I 100% agree with her in that wanting that ruling, because at the end of the day, it's an eye for an eye. Not only did you kill him, you killed the future generation. You killed potential grandchildren. You killed potential doctors, potential lawyers, okay, with the murdering of him, because it takes a man and a woman, of course, to produce kids. But now it's one less man that can produce kids, and let's face it, there's actually more women outnumber men, okay? So, with that being said, all I'm going to say about that is that, you know, I want them to get the death penalty too. If that was one of my loved ones, I would be the same way. Okay, it's an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. Yeah, you can forgive them and say, okay, well, you know, I forgive you, and you know, you're just gonna have to live with what you did. But I'm not like that. If you kill one of my loved ones, yeah, you gotta go too. Hasta la vista. Okay, that's just the bottom line. That's how I roll. Okay, and this is the thing about it. Of course, people are gonna come out in drones and be like, "Oh, why do you want to kill them? I mean, don't you think that they should be forgiven for what they did and things like that?" No. Sure, you can forgive them, but that doesn't mean you forget it. And I mean, I'd rather, you know, be at peace knowing that divine justice was served. That's what that is. That's divine justice. If someone kills a loved one of yours and you say, okay, Kalas, I want him dead too, and it gets served, then yeah, why not? Okay. That's just how it has to go. So for her, she probably will be under scrutiny for saying it, but she should know that she has someone who 100 plus 100% agrees with her on saying that, you know? Because what happened is they gave her son the death sentence, the death penalty, and this time it's without being tried. And you know what they say? You know what kills me about this whole system that we live in? is that every time someone speaks up who's a minority, you're automatically looked at as a bad guy. And all you're doing is keeping it real. Okay? Now, I said to I tweeted Pat Robertson, the televangelist, and I told him, like, if I see you, like, when I see you, I'm gonna have a word with you about how you said the Haitian Revolution was inspired by devils, and that the Haitians made a deal with the devil in order to free the island from the French. I'm gonna have a word if I ever came across him. Okay? I don't know how not to speak out. And that's just the bottom line. If you've been on my channel, you know I've been very, very vocal about what's going on in Venezuela. Okay? And I'm going to continue to be vocal about this issue when new developments come up. The moment that the United States tries to do another coup d'etat, I'm going to say something about it. Okay? Because if I didn't say anything about it, guess what?
Stop rolling that camera.
It means that I wasn't doing my job. Because unfortunately, you know, I don't have billions of dollars. I don't have an army. And I don't have control over media, so I can spit out propaganda about anything and everything I want to. But I do just have this voice right here. Okay? And I'm going to tell you something else that they do. This is another pattern I noticed. When you have black victims, okay? I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Ahmaud Jallow, may God have mercy on him and rest his soul. There were actually people who said, well, if he wasn't doing anything, why was he running? The reason why he was running is he was spooked. Okay? He got out his, he was trying to get out a wallet. Okay? The officer shot at him 41 times. The first shot, I think, hit him in a place like where he wouldn't even be able to breathe. Okay? So you actually have people who like to justify these things. I'll give you a second incident. Botham Jean. I think that was his name. Yeah, like Botham Jean or something like that. In his apartment. Okay? In his apartment. The officer comes up, kills him in his own apartment. Okay, we hear all these things about him, all his accolades, him being a church goer, and him being that and the other. But they also have the nerve to bring up his, like, something about some marijuana. Listen, man, they have so many dispensaries and things like that. There's no reason for you to try to smear him.
Stop rolling that camera.
Even if he was using some tree, okay? He was blazing. If he was blazing some trees, he was blazing some trees. That's just the bottom line. So that's what they always do. This is the thing about this media. This is the one thing it always does. it makes the victim out to be the culprit, while it makes the culprit the victim. Okay? With this, in ahmaud arbery, it was for protection. They were protecting the neighborhood, this, that, and the other. When both on John happened, she entered the wrong apartment building. She just felt really scared, and this, that, and the other. They'll try to make excuses. And this goes back to what Malcolm X said. This goes back to what he said. And I live by these words. He said, if you're not careful, the media will have you loving the oppressor and hating the oppressed. And that's what you see. Okay? That's what you see when these media campaigns go against Cuba. That's when you see when these media campaigns go against Venezuela. That's what you see when these media campaigns go against North Korea in places like such. And it goes back to this ahmaud arbery story, because of the simple fact they're going to now use him being in the whatever abandoned house he was in, and they're going to use that as justice for taking him out. You know what's crazy too? There's even a Facebook group that is trying to get justice for the culprits who did it. And the things that you read in that group, I mean, my friend screenshotted me it because I guess he going undercover. But they actually are proud and they're actually happy. And they actually make fun. They actually make fun of the dead, in that group. And so I go on to say that, yes, I would want the death penalty too. I agree with his mother. She has absolutely nothing to be ashamed of. And it would be very, very nice if it happened. I doubt it happens. Heck, I doubt if they even get any jail time. I really doubt it. Because, it took this long to arrest them since February. Come on now, man. Really? But anyhow, man, that's all I got for now about this whole issue. Just give them the death penalty. But we already know it ain't gonna happen, though. And I believe that jail ain't gonna happen either. I could be wrong, but that's what I believe. Well, Fuller signing out.